A good Tuesday afternoon to you. This weather video is driven by 802cars.com. They represent 802 Toyota, Twin Cities Subaru, and 802 Honda. They're all located off of Exit 7 on Interstate 89. This VELCO weather hazards outlook, we're looking at a more active weather pattern this going into this coming weekend and even beyond into next week. Two minor impact events indicated for utilities. The ones to pay attention to are the gusty west and northwesterly gradient winds. That'll happen Wednesday afternoon and evening, and again a repeat on Thursday afternoon and evening. A travel issue is a possibility for Friday night as we'll get a shot of little wet snow. We're talking generally dusting to 3-inch amounts as it looks right now. Some minor wet snow accumulations, not likely to affect utilities, however. Best project weather days will be the rest of today, this Tuesday into Tuesday evening, and then again on Friday, followed by Saturday and Sunday with two separate segments there. A moderately active weather pattern is going to return again for a portion of next week, and it does look like we get into a little bit more heavier precipitation. But overall, I'm looking at below normal precipitation and temperatures that do the oscillation, especially on Thursday being the coldest day, and then running that temperature, ramping it up as we head into this coming weekend and beyond, where we could even see temperatures hit close to 70 degrees. The hope is that we will have melted out most of the snow gradually by that point in time, but consideration might be given to that infrastructure that is typically sees any kind of spring flooding. That could be an issue here. In terms of temperatures, this is what we're looking at. We have basically temperatures that have moved into the 40s. A lot of this is streaming in on a southwesterly flow. And we also have this little storm system here back to precipitation. It's mostly rain, but on the backside some snow. This is a little bit of a nor'easter that's going to be tracking off the coast. It's going to take a track in effect mainly New Hampshire, Maine, the eastern parts of New England, and not be a problem for Vermont. This is a quick look at our local NAM here, a 3-kilometer NAM, thanks to Tropical Tidbits. And here's our nor'easter. It's going out to sea. Notice it's mostly all rain, but some pretty vigorous thunderstorm activity in that. And 979, 978, and so forth, tracking south and east of the benchmark. But note, we do have a little bit of snow that tries to make it into parts of southern Vermont, mostly eastern Vermont. This is not going to be a real big deal. The system drops a little bit more snow into parts of Maine, and then it's pretty much out of here at that point in time. Now, trailing it, however, will be some snow shower or flurry activity, and this will last into, it looks like, the morning hours on Thursday, and then things begin to settle back down just a little bit. Looking at the 6-hourly increments, you can see that nor'easter is sideswiping eastern parts of New England and taking a track toward central Nova Scotia, moving on out. And as it does, then high pressure begins to build in. This would be valid into Friday, centered over Thursday night into Friday. And then that gets pushed out, and the return flow starts to pick up some moisture coming in from the south. It produces a little bit of wet snow, and that's where our 1 to 3 inches of wet snow will come, looks like, on Friday evening. That then quickly moves on out on Saturday, and then kind of a broad, sort of diffuse area of higher pressure builds in, and that will hold things at bay, it looks like, until we get into the early part of next week. You can see some rain showers, but what I want to show you is right here. This is probably going to change, but 12Z on Tuesday of next week, we could see some maybe some heavier precipitation. This looks to be in the form of rain, and warmer temperatures will be in place. In fact, temperatures could be in the 60s at this point in time. Looking at precipitation type, you can see we're kind of a snow mix right there into New Hampshire, mostly into central and northern areas. That pulls away, so it's not really an issue. A little bit of snow shower activity in the northern tier regions. That departs. We get a little bit of a break in the action. And then we have this next weather system here. This is our 1 to 3 inches of wet slushy snow that could affect travel on Friday evening into the overnight period Friday night. It begins to exit as we get into Saturday. And by Saturday morning daybreak, things are pretty much finished up and pushing away. We have a nice area of higher pressure and control over this coming weekend with 2 dry project weather days. And then we're looking at, again, some rain shower activity and the potential for maybe some heavier rain shower activity as we head into Tuesday of next week. Here's the GFS ensemble centered on Montpelier, Vermont. You can see the 3 hourly QPFs. So this is what's coming in here during Wednesday into Thursday, and then not a whole lot going on until this other system, according to the GFS ensemble. And we're not looking at a whole lot in the way of precip here. Total QPF for the entire deal here, are talking between 2 and 4/10 of an inch. Pretty minuscule. In terms of precipitation type, though, looks like a mix of rain and snow, kind of with this situation here, with these scattered snow showers and flurries, mostly across the northern tier regions. And then this is a little bit more important here. We got mostly snow. It does tail off and mix with a little bit of rain. That would be probably on Saturday morning, and temperatures are very marginal at that point. Taking a look at temperature, we'll start with the 2-meter temperature. You can see that this being 32 degrees, we get colder again as we head into basically Thursday and for basically Thursday night, Friday morning, and we begin to warm up over the coming weekend. Looking at 850 hectopascal temperatures, you can see that we warm up above the freezing mark here, but anything below this, cold enough to snow, anything above this, generally rain showers. Not a huge amount of a low-level jet in terms of speeds, but we do have this issue that will develop on Wednesday, and it looks like it'll take place on Thursday afternoon and evening again. So duplicate. Right now it looks like 35 to about potentially 50 miles per hour. Most of these are going to be at summits, but some of that will downslope on the eastern side of the Green Mountains. 7-day total QPF precipitation. You can see that the main action is off the coast with that nor'easter that shoots off the South Carolina coast and then tracks east of our region. And we're looking at generally anywhere from a quarter to about a half-inch of rainfall, melted precipitation, both snow and rain. Temperature department, we start to warm up the weighted next 5-day maximum temperatures. 3 days later, we're in that sort of 3 to 6 degrees above normal. Haven't really seen above normal temperatures for quite a while, and that is a new thing, but look at that, it's almost coast to coast. A little bit of cooler weather in the eastern half of the country. This is going to be spreading in, and look at the Arctic. The Arctic has been very, very warm. Temperatures have anomalous temperatures up in Alaska have been extremely warm, anywhere from 30 to 40 degrees Fahrenheit above normal, like Dead Horse, Alaska. Pretty amazing. And the Antarctic has cooled considerably. Roger Hill, Wuthering Heights, thanks for watching.